Gear selection is some of the most important decisions you have to make when planning for any backcountry adventure. If you select the wrong gear, it can cause your trip to be an absolute nightmare. But by selecting the appropriate right gear, you can make sure that you have the best opportunity possible to have a trip of a lifetime. In this video, I'm going to show you my selections for my first overnight kayak camping trip. This adventure is going to take us to Virginia's mountains on the New River, and we're going to do a kayaking trip of about 22 to 23 miles. But first, let's go over some of my gear and my thought process behind the gear. One of the most important decisions when it comes to gear is your shelter. And in this case, I'm going with the Kamik Manus UL. I love this setup because it's a all-in-one hammock and bug net. I just set that up and then put the tarp on. Another really important gear selection is your sleeping bag or sleeping pad. And this trip is going to be 80s during the day and high 60s at night, but humid. So I don't think I'm going to need much of a bag when it comes to temperature. So this REI 25 degree down bag will be perfect. I'm always torn as to whether or not I should take my REI FlexLight chair or my REI stool. In this case, I'm going with the chair, but I'll probably regret it. The feet have a way of sinking into the dirt, and you always have to pull it up out of the dirt. Now here I'm trying out a new product, or I think I'm going to. I'm going to try this Therm-A-Rest, and it's just a pad so that you can put it outside the hammock or tent to keep, your feet clean while you're taking your shoes on and off. In this next bag, I have some extra tree straps for my hammock, as well as some paracord and little fasteners and things, just in case. This next bag is a tarp. It's my Hummingbird hammock tarp, and it has the straps already inside. I'm taking this just in case it rains. I can kind of get some additional shelter. This is my Cedar Summit pillow, and it's just a absolutely wonderful pillow. I don't fill it up, but about halfway, and it's really comfortable whether I'm in the tent or in the hammock. This next bag is just a little head net, just in case the bugs are a little crazy. And I'm going to take my saw. This is a newer saw I've acquired recently, and this will be really the first time that I've used it. And I'm taking it because I know we're going to need some firewood for a fire, and having a saw on hand really makes that a lot easier at times. And this next thing is my Kamik Ridgeline, and this goes inside of my hammock, and it organizes stuff instead of having it falling all over the hammock and in my bag. And of course, you got to have a medical kit with just some of the basic stuff. I also like to keep sanitizing wipes to clean things off, as well as body wipes that I can clean that first layer of sweat and debris off my body before I go to bed. I take a trash bag so that way I take out everything that I bring in. As far as water treatment, I've lately been using the Be Free water treatment filter on its own bottle, and I take iodine tablets just in case my filter isn't working properly. I'm not sure if I'm going to need this filter this trip, but I always take it just in case. An assortment of different snacks. I like granola bars. I really like to have drink mixes that I can put in my water when I'm in the backcountry. Flavor's so much more intense. Some Death Wish instant coffee, which is, instant coffee. And then I really like these nuts. They just give you a little bit of a carb punch and some calories and some sugar, and it's just good when you're exerting a lot of effort. Same thing with trail mix. Here is my sweetener, and it's just a little squeeze bottle of some stevia type sweetener that I use for the coffee. And for my cookware, I have the Tokes 950 milliliter titanium pot with the jet boil burner. Now, I used to use the all-in-one jet boil system, but the igniter kept going bad. Twice it went bad. It's a good setup, but it actually weighs more than this setup. Now, that is a jet boil burner with another igniter, but we'll see how it lasts compared to the all-in-one unit. I also keep this foldable cup right inside of the pot. That way everything's stowed away nicely. As far as clothes, I'm taking a layer of long johns. I like smart wool because it adapts to the temperature. Some hiking shorts or camp shorts, long sleeve shirt to keep the sun off of me, and that is like a UV shirt. Some warm socks because I hate cold feet, and then just a change of shirt, just a regular camp t-shirt. And then I love my tank top, so definitely taking a tank top in case things are hot and sweaty, and my Fjallraven hiking hat, and I'm going to keep it all in a stuff sack, and that way it takes up as little space as possible. However, this bag is not waterproof, and I have a bad feeling it should be. I'm not sure why, but I just feel like any bag should be waterproof on this, but waterproof bags are much larger. So now it's time to go ahead and start packing all of this stuff into my Z-Packs backpack, which is ultralight, water resistant, but I don't think it's 100% waterproof, although it's pretty close with the Dyneema fabric that they use. And I'm gonna go ahead and place the stuff that I'm not gonna grab right away in the bottom of the bag, and then fill in the crevices with the small items, and then keep the stuff that I'm gonna use right away when I get to camp or as I'm hiking or kayaking towards the top of the bag. Some additional gear that I'm taking is this tarp. Whenever it's pouring or raining outside, you can't have too many tarps, so I like to have backup options when it comes to tarps in case one gets torn or what have you. And they're definitely calling for rain on this trip, so I don't want to take any chances. I'm also taking that snake skin that you just saw. That I'm going to try to put on my hammock if I have time, but I'm not positive I'm going to have time for that. Here I'm just filling in the crevices with the little packs. I'm going to go ahead and put the hammock in, and that will be towards the top because that's going to be one of the first things that I grab. Here's my little personal kit with some Tums, my medicines and headache medication, Advil, some squirrel's nut butter for chafing, some chapstick, eye drops to cover all the necessities, including my toothbrush and a small little thing of toothpaste. Always have backup fire options as well as some TP and fire starters. I keep my fire supplies, including my lighter, in one separate bag that, again, is moisture resistant. It's not 100% waterproof, but moisture resistant to try to make sure that if I need it, it'll work. I do like to carry some body spray just in case, hot and sweaty and on the river, things can start smelling pretty bad. So I like to keep some body spray, some bug spray, and some sunscreen, as well as some gloves. My fishing pole, my first telescoping fishing pole I've ever had. I'm going to try this guy out. Supposedly the New River is great for smallmouth bass, and I'm going to see if I can use an assortment of different lures to catch and cook if at all possible. We'll see how it goes. My Fisherman's life vest that I got from REI, my helmet that I'm using, and well, if I'm using, I'm not sure what to expect when it comes to these rapids, but when it comes to safety gear, most of the time I'd rather be on the safe side. My carbon fiber paddle, I don't have a whole lot of kayaking experience, so I'm kind of going off reviews with this one, and I'll just have to wait until I get on the water to really see what kind of adjustments I need to make on this paddle, but it has plenty of room to make whatever adjustments I need. I'm using the Brooklyn Kayak Company's Fisherman kayak. It has a lot of wonderful features. I'm going to keep my dry bag up front strapped down, food stuffed in the front storage hatch. I'm going to keep my camera stuff stuffed in the middle storage hatch, and then I'm going to keep my main bag, my Z-Packs, in the back strapped down. Again, that bag is really water resistant, but it's not 100% waterproof, so I have faith in most of my gear. However, this is the one part that I'm not sure about, and the reason that I'm taking this bag is because it's the size bag that'll fit in that spot nicely, and I don't think that I should take enough water over the back of the boat on class 1, 2, and then there's just 1 or 2, possible 3 rapids that it should submerge the bag in any way. Being new to this whole game, I guess we'll find out and learn whatever lesson there is to be learned the hard way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please check out the adventure video, which is coming up on the channel soon. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next video.